What's going on, guys? So as requested, I've decided to do a very different video, a more laid-back video, a more casual video. When I showed you guys my man cave tour, quite a bit of people wanted me to discuss my amiibos because I'm a giant nerd. I grew up with Nintendo games. I love Nintendo characters, and so thus I have amiibos. It started out very small. It was like, oh, I'll buy the Mario. I'll buy Starfox. And then like a year later, I'm like, every single one has to be bought now! It's unfortunate and true, but that's how it always starts for us collectors, isn't it? So let's get started with my entire Amiibo collection. I will tell you guys where I bought them, how I found some of the more hard to find ones, the whole story behind them. Let's get started. So I'll start off with one of my harder to find ones, and that is Ness. I tracked this guy down on eBay. Now, one of the things I'm very proud of in regards to my entire collection is that I have rarely ever resorted to scalpers, and even if I saw one that was on eBay, it was always for only a couple dollars more than it would have been in stores. I've never been dumb and bought a very expensive thing. That's one of the things I'm extremely happy about because my entire goal with collecting these was to not resort to scalpers. I found Ness on eBay and I was very happy to do so. Now I did review the game Splatoon. I enjoyed it very much, and so thusly I picked up the Inkling Boy and Inkling Girl. And since I'm a completionist, I also got the 3 set that included the squid. Now I got all of these at retail price. I did not resort to eBay or Amazon or anything like that. All of these I got at the store. I was lucky to find all of them. Now, as someone who experienced the boom of Pokemon, I had to get Charizard because it's Charizard. He's one of the coolest Pokemon out there. And I also got him for just about retail price, just a couple dollars more than retail price, which is fine with me. When I see people who are scalping these for like $35, $40, $50, I'm like, what are you doing? Stop. We're just people. We like toys. Leave us alone. Let us have our fun. Dark Pit was also a harder one to find, but I got him at Best Buy. They did a restock recently, and I was able to pick him up, $12.99. I was extremely happy when I saw this thing. I was like, wait a second, that's Dark Pit. Whoa! And I just grabbed it. It was instantaneous. And some other people were there too. I know what they wanted. I know what they were thinking. And I was like, no. I'm going to get Dark Pit, because I know one of you is going to grab like 5 of them. I picked up my Bowser Jr. at a Toys R Us for retail price, also when they did a restock, on the same day that I picked up my Captain Olimar. And on a side note, I love the Pikmin games. They're great games if you've never played them before. All of them are really good. Sonic was one that my wife actually picked up for me. Now, she got this when it was a little more uncommon. It was harder to find him in stores. They've done more restocks recently, and so he's a little bit more common to find, but it was really cool when she picked this up for me. Ganondorf was an online purchase, and just like all my other ones I've purchased online, it was just a couple dollars more than retail. As I said, I'm not going to resort to more than like $20, I think, is where it starts to get unreasonable for some of these guys. But as a big Zelda fan, I have to have the ultimate baddie of the Zelda universe, of course. Speaking of Zelda, I have Toon Link, the character who originated in the Wind Waker games and has now become very popular in 3DS games. I picked up Dr. Mario at a Target. I think it might be a Target exclusive because I haven't seen it anywhere else, but I've seen it at multiple Targets. Continuing in the world of Zelda, in fact, this kind of is Zelda. Sheik. I picked her up at Best Buy, and now she's a lot harder to find. A lot of these ones that are more uncommon I actually just got when they first were released, thank goodness. Pac-Man. Now, I have an interesting story with Pac-Man. I actually got this at Walmart, and it was put out on the shelf about a day early. They did it by accident. It was in the middle of the night. It was like 3 in the morning. I'm a night owl. I grabbed it. I actually did not know that it was a day early. I took it up to the register, and of course, as some of you may know if you are collectors, it didn't scan through because it wasn't its release day. And then I went, oh, it's not the release day. Okay, well, you know, I don't know what to do. So I didn't say anything. I didn't say a thing. And the cashier was like, well, all these amiibos are like $12.96, $12.99, and I was like, She was like, okay, well, I'll just put $12.99. There you go. And I was like, yes, Pac-Man a day early. I'm a little cheat. Now, I love the Metroid games, and I have Zero Suit Samus. I actually have Samus unboxed. I'm only showing you my in-box collection. Samus is upstairs. I have yet to get her in a box because I was stupid when I got her, and I took her out of the box because I love Metroid so much, but whatever. I have Zero Suit Samus, picked her up at Best Buy as well. As I did Shulk, who's one of my favorite new characters in the new Smash game. I was really happy to be able to find this guy just at a store, because for a long time he was very difficult to find, very uncommon, even rare almost. Lucario, another Pokemon, I picked him up at Toys R Us. Now this little son of a bitch was really hard to find. I actually ordered him online, like as soon as he came out, and it arrived at my house in a terrible, just broken package. It had been crushed in the mail. I was pissed. I sent it back to Amazon. They sent me a replacement. That one was Japanese. It had Japanese characters all over it. So finally, the third one that Amazon sent to me was the correct and nicely packaged one. And I was like, for goodness sakes. Guys, come on. And here I have Little Mac, who I picked up at Toys R Us. Now I have some things to say about Little Mac as a character in the game. Most unfair character in the entire new game. He's the fastest character. He has a built-in final smash. Now, it's not just that he has a built-in final smash. Here comes a super nerd rant, by the way, so you might want to put on your goggles because it's going to get really fucking nerdy in about a second here. It would be fine if his knockout move was powered up only by him doing well, by him getting a lot of hits in. But it gets powered up when he gets punched and when he sucks. I could beat the shit out of Little Mac and his basically final smash move gets powered up, and it's one of those one-hit kill things if you have like a certain amount of damage. It sucks. It's not fair. That was my Little Mac rant. And I'm done now. Now, I was very happy to find Marth at a Best Buy. He was just sitting there, and I grabbed him. And I was like, Marth, this is amazing. He's one of the harder to find guys. He was upwards of $50, $60, sometimes even $70 on eBay, and I found him for retail price. I also got Mega Man in the middle of a restock that took place at Best Buy. I always loved the Mega Man games growing up. I haven't played all of them. There's tons of Mega Man games, but he's very nostalgic for me for some reason. And of course, you have to have the king of all video game villains, Bowser himself. Lucina is actually one of my favorite characters in Smash. I use her quite often, and I was happy to find her for a very reasonable price on eBay. Now, these guys are available exclusively and only at GameStop. It has R.O.B, Game & Watch, and Duck Hunt. Interesting story with this as well. I initially pre-ordered it from GameStop.com, and it arrived at my doorstep with Game & Watch dislodged and just like floating around inside here. I was like, really? I mean, come on. So I took it up to the GameStop by my house, and gratefully they had one and just exchanged it right there. So moving beyond the Super Smash Bros. Universe, we have Yoshi's Woolly World, which, by the way, I'm playing right now and is a ton of fun. I'm having a great time with this game, but I picked up the Yarn Yoshi's blue, as well as the green one, and the pink one, because I'm a man, and, you know, you gotta have a pink Yarn Yoshi. It's essential, guys. Come on. Come on, guys. You know it is. Now, you might want to know who my best character is in Super Smash. For a long time, I didn't have one. And even now, I don't really have one where I'm like, yep, he is absolutely my best or she's absolutely my best. I have bests, but one of my bests is without a doubt King Dedede. Now, he doesn't get a lot of respect because, you know, he's King Dedede. He's Kirby's main villain. But I love playing as this guy. And if I can get you smacked with that hammer, you're gone. You're done. Man, I'm a fucking nerd. Another guy I love is Ike from Fire Emblem. This is a harder one to find. I did get him off of Amazon. Donkey Kong's brother, Diddy Kong. I also have Donkey Kong upstairs unboxed. I don't have him in box yet, but I was happy to find Diddy Kong in box, and I'm going to leave him there because I grew up playing the Donkey Kong Country games for Super NES as well as Donkey Kong 64. Great games. And what kind of Amiibo collector would I be if I didn't have Mario? I mean, he's probably the most famous video game character of all time if you really think about it. Speaking of Mario, Peach, Mario's main love interest, who's constantly trapped and needs to be saved. You know, something's going to happen. There's going to be some kind of revolution in the Mario world at some point. She's going to have to save Mario. I guarantee it. There's going to be a Super Peach world, and Mario's going to be trapped, and Bowser has him, like, tortured and stuff, and Peach is going to have to fly around and float and stuff. And it's going to happen, trust me. Pikachu, always my favorite Pokemon. I know. Easy choice. He's, like, the Pokemon. Is he a he? It's kind of an it, I guess. But you know what? It's a he. Come on, it's a he. You know this is a guy. This is a guy. Someone I'm actually really good with in Super Smash, for whatever reason, is Zelda. I can kick a lot of ass with Zelda. I've always liked her quite a bit. Here's an interesting one. We have the 30th anniversary retro Mario classic color with the old 1980s style. Very cool amiibo. A little bit hard to find at first. Now he's becoming a little more common. This guy, however, is a lot harder to find, and I'm very happy to have him. This is the modern color of the same amiibo. Got him off eBay from Canada, actually, which is the same region as us, so it doesn't really matter. Great price for him, too. And, you know, I'm pretty sure it's the same as in the United States, right? Now my OCD is going to bother me about this forever. And of course, you gotta have Link. Link is essential to any amiibo collector. He's Link, so that's really all I have to say. Now, I talked about the fact that all Pokemons are kind of considered its. To the best of my knowledge, I only know about the original 150. I'm not as well versed in today's Pokemon stuff, but like I said, Pikachu's a guy in my mind. He always has been. Jigglypuff, to me, is a girl. Like, I don't know. It just, come on. It's a girl. Greninja is a really cool character from the new game. I play as him sometimes. I'm not that great. He's kind of like a 5 on my scale from 1 to 10 of how good I am with him and other characters. But I was happy to pick him up at Toys R Us. And if I'm going to have Mario, you kind of have to have his brother, Luigi, as well as his dinosaur, Yoshi. Yoshi! Now, along with King Dedede, the other guy who's kind of tied for who I play with the best is Captain Falcon. This guy's the cheesiest motherfucker on Earth. I mean, seriously, everything he says is like, Falcon kick, Falcon punch! Like I said, one of my best is King Dedede, and his arch rival is, of course, Kirby. Kirby is strangely uncommon now. He's getting a lot harder to find on the shelves, so if you see a Kirby, snatch him up. Or suck him up, if you're into that kind of thing. And for those who've never played a Kirby game, Kirby sucks things into his mouth. That was not a sexual innuendo. People are so dirty. And finally, my personal favorite of all of these characters, but for some strange reason not in the Super Smash game, but his games, Starfox. I've always loved Starfox, but I'm not that great with him in the actual game Super Smash for some reason, but I love his games. So awkward cut here, I apologize, but the honest truth of the matter is, I was originally going to post this video back in November, and you guys voted on Twitter for Ghost in the Shell, the new movie, to be the video that was released instead of my Amiibo collection, and up until now, there has not been a sufficient gap in new movie releases and new videos I had to do to actually put this video up. So I've actually gotten a few more since filming this video, so I'll make this quick. I did pick up Mewtwo at a store. It was a really great find, as well as the new Falco. Got him at Best Buy. Obviously, I got Palutena online. She was an Amazon exclusive. I found this at Toys R Us. The Mii Brawler, the Mii Gunner, and the Mii Sword Fighter. These next two I was very happy to find. That of the Villager, actually in a store. They did a restock, and I was able to obtain him. And thank you to my beautiful wife. I obtained the Wii Fit Trainer on eBay. Somebody put her up for a very good price. And last but not least, Mega Yarn Yoshi. I want to thank the Toys R Us guy, I don't want to say his name just in case he doesn't want me to, who held this for me behind the counter when a whole bunch of other scalpers and desperate Christmas present-seeking parents were looking for this. So yeah, I apologize for this terrible edit, but it had to be done. So obviously there are some I don't have. I've been collecting for a year now, because wow, the game's been out for a year. I didn't even bother collecting the Mario Party 10 amiibos. I didn't really give a shit about them because the game wasn't really that great. So I'm not insane. You know, like where I have to have everything, you know? I mean, it's just certain ones. I like to have ones for games that I actually enjoy. So guys, thank you very much for watching my Amiibo collection video. I know some people requested it, and I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much, as always, for watching, guys. And if you like this, you can click right here and get Stuckmanized.